Got myself a diesel Unholy cocktail again this time. I smoked this one before. It's a pretty good cigar. Kind of on the, I don't know, if I remember correctly, it's more on the medium to full side. Kind of has a floral, a little bit of chocolate, and hay aroma to it, to me anyway. Now, one of the problems with having a gimpy hand like this is figuring out how to do stuff like cutting and lighting a cigar. I've tried different kinds of cutters. I've got this one that I'm sure y'all have seen before. But before I got that one, I got this one. This is a Cuban Crafter's Perfect Cutter. I was having difficulties, so I was trying to cut my cigars left-handed, but I found through a little bit of experimentation, if I stuff 2 fingers in it, put my thumb on it, and actually hold it upside down, like this, stick my cigar in, and then I could actually snip it. I do like the fact that it holds the cap inside. And I can just cut it again easily, stick it in there, hold it together, snip it again. Yeah, one more time. I don't really care for these shaped cigars so much. I came alright. But that's all I'm going to cut it. If that ain't good enough, that ain't good enough. Looks like it's still got plenty to hold together. That's not bad. Get this foot band off of it. And get this thing lit up. Now I'm using my triple torch vector lighter. Kind of like this lighter. Only problem is when it gets really cold, I don't like being out in the cold anyway, this lighter has problems until you warm it up a bit. That's got it. Today, not sure what I'm going to talk about. I was thinking about talking about losing the internet. I was thinking about having a 0-calorie cigar for lunch rather than eating stuff. That started out kind of spicy. A little bit of a sting to it. I'm not going to try to retrohale this thing until it calms down a bit. Ooh. Feels like I just got hot spice spread out against the back of my tongue. Not bad. Not bad if you like spicy, and I tend to like spicy stuff. I married an Italian. Anyway, I think I'll talk about losing the internet after I get back. Got a pretty good draw. I'd say that's a medium to full body with all that spice, but not a bad cigar. I'm gonna smoke on it for a little while. We'll be back. Been about 45 minutes, and about 10 minutes in, it lost most of the spice, and it just came up with a like a sweet tobacco with a little bit of spice. Still has a little bit of spice on it, but it's not the wash across the back of my tongue like it was before. Now it's just a little bit of spice on the front of my tongue, and it's pretty smooth. I would say somewhere about a mile, maybe just a hair over on the full side. No strength yet. But anyway, like I was talking about, the internet, we lost the internet. There was a big, I guess you might call it a windstorm, come across last Friday, and our internet went out, which is kind of odd. And I went to call the internet company and see what was up, and the phones didn't work. I got a dial tone, but I couldn't dial out. My wife was at work at the time, so you know, we still had TV, we still had power, we still had our satellite dish was still working, but we just didn't have any internet. So when my wife got home from work, we used her cell phone to call the internet company and say, hey, what's up? Apparently, it was an area-wide outage. Which is kind of strange because we never had that happen before. We lived out here for, let's see, we moved out here in 2001, so going on, what, 17 years? And that's the first time we lost the internet. Because usually we'll lose power. And what we'll do is we've got a generator out in the garage, we'll crank it up, run some extension cords, put out some power strips, you know, connect up everything that we want to. It's a 5,000 watt, so you know we can hook up the modem, hook up the computers, hook up the TV, and just basically go on with life. Just gotta keep an ear out for it, because when it runs out of fuel, dump some more in, crank it up. And that's no big deal. In fact, that's why we got the generator, because occasionally we would lose power out here. But this is the first time we lost the internet and the phone. So she called them and found out it was an area-wide outage. We tried calling our phone to see if it would do anything, and all we got was a busy signal. Well, the next day, this is about noon on Friday, noonish on Friday, so the rest of that day, no internet, no phone. All the next day, no internet, no phone. I didn't think it was any kind of a big deal. We got books, we got the TV, we got the DVR, we can watch stuff. Just couldn't go on the internet. I can't really see what my hair is doing, so that's why I keep doing this. It gets frizzy sometimes. And about 9 o'clock on Sunday, I was playing solitaire on the laptop, and the internet came back up. Boom. No big deal. Well, what we did is, instead of watching the tablet, watching the laptop, and doing stuff like that, we read books. Nope. But the internet finally came back. I had a couple of videos, those 2 leatherworking videos. If you look at my channel, I got a couple leatherworking videos that I was working on, and I got those edited and uploaded. And that knife sheath is on its way to the person I made it for, along with a belt I made. The knife sheath and the belt match, and I also repaired a holster for him. It just needed to be restitched, no big deal. But anyway, now we got the internet back. Hopefully, it'll stay that way, and we'll see what happens. Now, it's been about going on 50 minutes on this guy. I did have to touch up the burn line a couple of times, but nothing too severe. It's not going all wonky and wacky on me. It's not tunneling or canoeing or anything like that. It's just one side will lag behind a little bit, and it doesn't look like it's going to self-correct, so I'll just take my lighter, burn the wrapper a little bit. That is pretty smooth. That is a pretty good cigar. Anyway, I'm going to see how long this thing lasts, and we'll get back to you on that. Got about an hour and 15 minutes on it, and it's starting to get a bit warm, and the strength's starting to kick in a little bit, but still in all, not a bad cigar. I don't know, I'll get another few minutes out of, maybe 5 minutes or so, and that'll be about it. And we'll see y'all next time.